Is it really a credit system, Mr. Unikowski? I guess I was a little confused by the government's suggestion, even at the beginning of its brief, that what's happening in the supervised release world is that the court is depriving the individual of credit for supervised release. My understanding is that even when there's a revocation, the person is not being deemed as giving credit. In other words, when supervised release is revoked and the court sends the person back to prison and perhaps imposes another period of supervised release, they don't calculate how much supervised release they're going to give based on how much was already served. You know, you had a 3-year period, you absconded after 1, so now only 2 is available. Really, credit doesn't seem like the right framework to understand what's even happening in supervised release.
I agree with what you said, Your Honor, 100%. At the revocation hearing, whatever the person has left to serve just sort of goes away, and the court imposes a whole new sentence of imprisonment and an additional period of supervised release based on the court's assessment of the defendant at that time.
Of the needs, right? I mean, isn't the reason why supervised release is sort of fundamentally different than parole or probation or imprisonment is because it's not imposed for punishment. It's supposed to be about helping this person reintegrate into society, and the amount of time that is necessary to do that is evaluated based on who that person is and what they've done, but not based on how much time they've previously served in supervised release.
Yes, that's correct. So the government's suggestion in its brief that because she absconded for 37 months, she has 37 months left to go, doesn't actually capture what happened in this case, because those 37 months just went away. After the new revocation hearing, the judge imposed whatever sentence the judge felt was appropriate. The effect of the question presented in this case actually is to consider the time spent during abscondment as still subject to the conditions of supervised release, which allowed the government to argue that a crime committed during that period, but after the term expired, was a violation of supervised release, resulting in a heightened guidelines range.
Mr. Unikowski, you said that